3. Yoo-hoo! We're really cracking on actually, but time is running by very quickly. So it worries me a little bit because we've got to have this ready by the first week of April for rent. So, and money is running out really rapidly. It's amazing how quickly it just goes. Anyway, we've got a list of apartment 4 here. I'm a bit worried because there's a lot on this list that I know we're not going to be able to do. We had to wait for this week before Lee could come in to do the electrics. There's a lot of stuff that can't be done until the electrics are in. We've got Michael and Graham in this week doing the tower, which we're going to talk about in a little while. But baby, what do you think about this list? What on this list can you do this week? Because I know there's a lot on it that I've put on there. My project management isn't great, is it?
Well, I'll tell you what we do with this list.
No! No! Baby, I'm running out of my blackboard paper!
Oh God, that felt good. Oh.
What are we going to do about this, baby? We've got to have a list.
Yeah, you've got to have your list.
Oh, there was stuff on there we can do, I think.
Yeah, I suppose there is.
Okay, hang on, let me go and get, I'm going to go and get another. I know you hate my list, but I need a list, so I'm going to go and get my blackboard paper. Okay. So hold that, and you can have a little chat if you want. Need a bit of chalk. No. Oh, you put that bit up there. We've got a nice little chalk holder. Okay, so week 4. Week 4. Apartment 3. I must admit, I woke up last night having quite sleepless nights about this. Do a nice little shade in there. Right, what can we do this week? So we've got Michael and Graham coming in to do the tower. We have got Lee coming in to do electrics, that's Wednesday. I am going to be a little bit non-existent this week because I have got to go up the farm and do some tape jointing for Mikey.
Right.
I have got to go and set up my bank account. Lisa absent. But then there's not a lot I can actually do in here until...
Not really, until we've done, yeah, yeah.
So, what can you do?
So me is plumbing, really.
What about ceiling in the bathroom?
Plumbing.
Because you need to get that in before Lee
comes in.
Well,
I need to do that, yeah. So, bar, ceiling. That I'm all right with. Yeah, I just need to, I've got to figure out a way to bring it down because it's so high up, and I haven't got. I know you can get really long brackets for the rail, for the metal rails, dirty metal rail, but I haven't got them, and they're going to cost money, and I've got stuff, so I've got to figure out a way of doing it. But yeah, so that's me. If that's plumbing, so there's plumbing all in here, but also plumbing upstairs for the ballon and everything like that. I also want to go and try and get Lisa wiring the ballon for me.
Okay, brilliant.
So I think that's
it.
That's quite a lot because that we don't know how long that's going to take, and how much inconvenience that's going to be. Whether it stops us coming up and down the tower, because we don't know how far they're going to have to come down, so we don't know that. Obviously, Lee's electrics is we're hoping that he's coming in midweek, but the fella's so busy, we just don't know, so we have to take it on spec. You've got a lot of work to do, and when I say absent him, it just means that you're not up here. And then yes, that's quite a job upstairs, all the wiring up and that. All the plumbing up, and then put the ceiling in, and then all the plumbing down here, and then it's just starting to properly build the bathroom. If I can get to boarding one side, I'll be happy, and then insulation really.
And then I can start taking jointing, can't I?
Yeah, so that. Yeah, insulate. So it's I'm hoping that we get that lot done, but I think it might be 3.5. I might give one man half a point.
Let's see how we get on.
See how we get on. So I'm doing, at the moment I'm putting in waste for the basin. So I've had to, because I want it to be hidden behind the wall, I've had to go in right round the back there. And just cut a hole in the waste pipe there, the big waste pipe, and then fit one of the little fittings. You get the little collars, and then you stick a little bit of pipe in, and then we'll have a 45, well that's a 67, coming out of there, and then on the back, and then it'll come out of the wall like that. So you shouldn't see it. That's the idea. It's all about hiding things. In polite society, people don't like fireworks. But you know, I think if they made it, let's face it, if they made it more attractive than that lovely grey, you think something different. You know, it amazes me that they don't do it in all sorts of different shades of colours.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think that there would be a market for it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I have to say, I quite like the industrial look when you see all the copper round, you know, everywhere. I really like that.
Yeah, I do actually.
I think that'd be nice. If we ever get to our house, perhaps we should do things like that.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have all mortared walls. We'll have all lovely industrial pipework and big lights hanging out. So, yeah, I won't get too close to that, darling. It's a bit
Pongo.
bit pungent.
Bit pungent, is it? So this is where all the pipework's going. Oh God, yeah. What is that? Is that the glue?
Well, there's that, but there's also
Waste
when
smell.
yeah, because I've just gone into a soil pipe, and as we know from old, it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a big area.
Doesn't take a big poo.
Well, and let's face it, we've all had our morning visit. So at the moment, we've got this mains water. This black pipe is mains water coming through from 2, coming up from 1, and up to the top to where the ballon's going to go. This is the soil pipe. This is the degreaser pipe, and subsequently the kitchens and everything like that will go into the degreaser pipe. And there's another one over there for that kitchen that goes into the degreaser pipe for the kitchen area.
Cool. So you're doing all the plumbing and pipe work today?
Yeah, so that pipe work's gone in there, as you see, that's the little axis there. That goes into there. Then I'll run, this is all 50mm, because it's better to have 50mm because you get, it goes away quicker. That'll come round the back here, and so I can still put it in 50mm on the back here. And then come up here to probably a 40mm bottle, but the least up 40mm I can get, the better, and the 50 into there.
Cool.
There you go, see, like that.
And where does the shower connect to? The shower waste?
So the shower waste is connected into the bottom of here, into my soil, into my grey pipe, into my grey waste. So that goes all the way under here and appears out there.
So you've already done that?
Yeah, that took, you know, again, if anybody watches these videos, our videos, they'll know that I like to measure things. And I measured it. Because the worst thing is putting that in place. You put your shower tray in and you're having to manoeuvre things and potentially break, you know, and you can't, once this is done, you don't get any second shots.
Yeah.
So because otherwise you've got to take everything up. You've got to chop out all of this to chop movie pipework. I don't want that to happen.
So Michael and Graham have just turned up, and they're going to be working on the tower. I'm going to go off and do some tape and jointing with Mikey, teach him how to do the tape and jointing. I don't know if you remember where we got to with the tower last year, but we started work on the tower, and I think what's probably best is actually I'll show you some of the old clips. So the idea was that this week I would tidy up the tower, do a bit of lime washing on the walls, clean up the floors, give them a wire brush, and put a bit of parquet sealant on them. Bob's your uncle. That job done a week down the line. And then I came up to the top level of the tower and suddenly realised that the lime mortar that's on the walls, how long it's been I don't know, but it's just crumbling off. And yes, we probably could have left it, but then you've got a health and safety issue. We don't know how long it's going to stay up for, and if pieces fall off, falling down the tower, they could hit somebody, they could just land on the floor, but somebody fall over on them, so that causes a bit of a health and safety issue. So I thought, oh, we'll come up and we'll just start taking off the bits that are just crumbling, that you can see are going to come off really easily. But then as I started to do it, I realised that it's all just crumbling. And it's just, you know, it's just so flaky. So it all needs to come off. So what I thought was a week's work, it's probably going to take me a week to prepare it and get all of the old lime mortar off. It's probably going to take me a good week to 2 weeks then to re-lime mortar it all. And then there's the lime washing and decorating, the job that I was going to do in the final week. So it's probably going to take me about 4 weeks, which means that we overrun on our guests coming. So I think the best bet is that I get all of the messy stuff done, get all of the old lime mortar off, clear up, see how much time I've got left then, and maybe start mortaring it, but the decoration side of things may have to wait till after the first guests have departed, and yeah, do it in between time. But I think it's a lot better for us to be able to do the health and safety part of it and the messy stuff and clear that up before our guests arrive. So that's the job I'm doing this week. The difficulty we've got is it's in the tower. I'm not very good with heights, and especially this top floor area. You've got a bit of a walkway here, but trying to lean out and reach places isn't good for me. And also when you're trying to sort of get lime mortar off the walls, it's remembering your footing. You know, I'm standing on a spiral staircase that's surrounded by stones, so if I go flying down this, it's going to hurt. So it's a bit dark up here. This is the top part. We don't have a light in yet. Lee's coming back to do a light, so hopefully you can see it. But yeah, so most of the plaster work has been taken off now. There are some areas, as you can see up there, and as we go round here, that we just cannot reach. Neither me nor Ted have the reach to be able to get to it. And as much as we've got the plaster off in the other areas, there are other bits that we can't reach to get all the cracks out. We reach to be able to get the flaky stuff off, but we can't reach to get the actual bits out of the cracks. Now that I've seen the stonework up here, I really would like to actually mortar between the stones rather than render over in the whole lot of it, because I think it would just be really nice. As much as, you know, this place is only going to be where people come for tours up here to look at the tower. This isn't, the top part isn't where you access any rooms or anything. I still would really like it done really nicely. So the idea is that I am going to do the mortaring in the areas that I can reach, but we're going to get Michael. If you remember our friend Michael, the roofer that come and did our roofing, he's going to come and help me do the areas. He's used to heights. He's got the equipment to be able to put ladders up and scaffolding and be able to lean over and do that. He's going to come and do it for us, but he can't come till later on in the year. He's too busy. So what I've decided to do is leave this top part. As much as I really kind of wanted to do it now, we're going to leave it. We are planning to close January and February and to do a lot more heavier renovation work and not have any guests. So I think this top area will probably be best to be left until then, so that we can make a mess. Nobody's going to be about. We're not on a heavy time schedule, and we can get it done properly. So I'm really pleased that I've got all the plaster off, because it means health and safety wise, it's safe now. We know that nothing's going to flake off. So as you can see, we got to a point where I couldn't get any more of the plaster off. Even Ted couldn't reach it. And there was an area of the stones that we was a little bit concerned about. So we've called Mikey and Graham in, and they're going to do the work on it, because they've got the right tools. They've got the scaffolding, they've got the the skills as well and the experience of leaning over the top of a tower, which I haven't got because you know I'm scared of heights. So they're going to crack on today and see if they can do the mortaring up the top part of the tower. It peeves me a bit to give a job over that I think I've got really good at and I really enjoy doing the mortaring, and to hand it over to somebody else to do is a bit annoying because also I've got to pay for it, and it's going to be about I think 800 quid out of our budget on apartment 3, so we're going to have to claw that back somewhere from apartment 3. Don't know where, but we'll find a way. And yeah, we'll see. I think it's going to take them 2 days to do the tower. We won't be able to do any filming because they're going to have scaffolding up on the 2nd and 3rd floor of the tower, and it's very tight up there, so we don't want to get in their way. Health and safety, we've got to be very careful. So we'll just have to come back and see what it's like when it's all done. And yeah, hope it's what I want.
So everybody, this is we've got Graham and Michael here who did our roof before, and now Graham, being a stonemason that he is, ex-bricky, I think you, Graham, and ex-bricky.
More like it.
Yeah, and but he knows about this, and he knows about putting this back in. So we've had to take all this great big cavernous lump out of there, and now he's going to fill it all back in with lime and all the stone he can find. Hopefully all the stone that he take out will go back in.
Yeah, might need a bit more.
Might need a bit more, but we've got plenty of that lying around somewhere. I'll go and have a look. But yeah, and the other bit is obviously to take the render off. Some of this old render's got to come off, and then I think Michael will probably do some pointing, put in there. Lisa's all terribly worried to get other people pointing. You know, that they do it the same as her and this, that and the other. So, but yeah, that's the start of the job. And we'll leave the lads to crack on. Thank you.
Okay, so Michael and Graham have finished. It took them 3 days, well, 2.5 days in total. So I've come up to have a look because I really haven't seen this area since they started it. So yeah, have a good look at what they've done. It looks great, actually. They've done a brilliant job. So this area here is the big area that they had to actually take all the stone out. The wall had blown, so it meant that the 2 layers of stone that forms a wall had nothing in between it, and the stones were starting to fall out, and there's some huge stones there that would have caused a lot of damage had it have fallen on somebody or even just on the staircase. So yeah, a wonderful job they've done up here. They've mortared it all for me, which is great. A job that I won't have to do. Yeah, I'm really pleased that actually they've done a really fantastic job. There's just an area here that is left for me to do. This is an area that obviously I have no problem with, and a little bit above the doorway. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it. You know, the experts always do a better job, don't they? I thought I was good at mortaring, but this is really good. But yeah, I'm really pleased. It's a job that we've been waiting to do, and although it cost us a bit of money that we didn't have in the budget, it's well worth it. At least we know it's safe now, and the tower is stable, and nothing's going to go wrong with it. Touch wood. Okay, so let's go and tick it off our list. Okay, baby, how are you getting on this morning?
Yeah, I think this is all wired up. I think it's all plumbed up.
What you done?
So you've got the cold coming in from the main there into this distribution point, the manifold, and then you've got the shower, the basin, the WC, and the kitchen sink, all the cold feeds. Then you come out of there, go into the balance, so that feeds into the water tank. Then out of the water tank into
the hot feed, because obviously the cold water goes in, hot water comes out, goes into the hot feed, and then you've got the shower, the basin and the kitchen on the hot feed. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that gives you that, and I just wanted to make it a bit neat. It's up here, so if anything happens, they're all independently switchable. But, you know, everything else really pretty much is done here.
What are you up to today, baby?
I thought I'd make this really attractive ceiling of just spikes for the bathroom.
Just bits of wood.
So what it is that because the ceiling is so high, it's 2.7 metres, we don't want it that high in the bathroom, because, you know, it just wouldn't look right. So I'm having to make my life easier, apart from using really, really long ceiling hangers for the rails, I'm sort of bringing down a little section off the beams so I can hang my hangers off here. And this stuff is just scrap wood that I've had, and it's a lot cheaper than buying new like long hangers. So I'm just doing that. It looks very peculiar, but it'll all be hidden by plasterboard. So that's the idea, is put these on, put the hangers on here, level those, so they're in a nice straight line and they're all level, so we get a nice level ceiling that I'll then clip my rail into, and then plasterboard on top of that. I'm going to do all that myself, all the rail, but the plasterboarding I may need some help. Metal rails all done. They almost look level. About 229, which is nice. That's a nice height. It means we can put the shower in at a nice height, so it's a proper rainfall. But now it's just to board it, and we're going to do the board first. Got to cut the holes for where the lights are going to go, and anything else Lee wants. But my theory is to put the ceiling in, and then when I put my wall boards on, that'll support the edges of the ceiling. That sounds logical to me. I don't know if that's the way you do it, but that's the way I'm doing it, because it's my house.
Okay, so it's time to start getting the plasterboard upstairs for apartment 3. Now the problem is this plasterboard is too big for us to be able to get up the tower. It's also too big for us to be able to get, well, we can get it through the apartment 4 floor onto the second floor, but we then still cannot get the size of it to turn around into apartment 3. So Ted is having to cut it in half and take it up. So he's going to have to, for a start, it means I'm going to have even more tape and jointing to do, because there's going to be more joins, but Ted's having to cut it and he's going to have to fit it in smaller panels. So so that's what we're doing today. Sunday,
Hello.
Day off, and Teddy Bear's moving
Day
plaster.
off. Day off. Oh yeah, I remember that. Still got to unload the car.
Oh God, yeah.
This is made out of aluminium, so it's nice and straight and nice and strong. So, I think we've got enough up here just to do the ceiling. There's no point in getting anything else, so we're just getting away. So we're going to do that tomorrow. And hopefully, yeah, all the ceiling's been railed. So it's just a case of cutting these sides, putting them up.
Simple. As you can see, we have our good friend Stevie here again today. Hello, Stevie.
Good morning.
So what are you boys?
Do you know, he looks like a lot of fun.
He needs his own YouTube channel.
He needs his own YouTube channel.
Babe, that sounds wrong. You saying that?
I'm in touch with my family.
So, can you tell us what you boys are up to today?
Boarding the ceiling.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
All you needed to know.
Simple. Hang on a minute. Didn't I say, can you call me before you put any ceiling up so I could do a time lapse?
Well,
Did you forget?
No, I didn't forget. I ignored you.
There you know how dangerous that can be.
Yeah, but I ignored you because I know that it would have. There was lots of little bits of. Yes.
Was there lots of bleeps?
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's all right. We got 2 bits up, and we're just putting in the 3rd bit. Mr. Aris is cutting a little notch out of there so we can for the pipe work. But what we've decided, and I know this goes against the grain.
Yeah.
Because deciding things without your involvement.
Yeah.
Is very dangerous.
Is this the light?
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4th one over there. But otherwise,
Okay.
we'd have had problems with the short way, the way that Lee had put these in. So we had 3 over there and a 4th one just above the vanity.
But Lee only put 3 wires in.
No, we've put an extra cable in.
Oh, you're so good, aren't you?
How far over do you want? This was my idea, by the way.
Right, so Lee's been in to do the electrics. Thank you, Lee. And that is a case of we're going to have light switches here, so he's done all his cabling in there. And he's put the cables in here for the wall lights. He's also run a cable in here for sockets. The bathroom was the main thing. You've got a towel rail on that side. You've got a heater on this side. We've had 3 spots put in there here. And then there's going to be a mirror light now, which is really nice. I like that idea. That's something we've obviously got to go and get. A little bit of an addition, but nice. There's also a cable coming down there and a hole there because we're going to have a sensor. So when the door is open, the sensor will go on. The sensor is over there because apparently we can't have a sensor that has a longer time than 12 minutes. So if you're in the shower, it could have been quite interesting if you'd had a shower, that the lights would have gone off while you're in the shower. Could be quite interesting. But over there, then any movement will capture that because the shower is just a screen. All you see, all the plumbing pipe is all in. It's got to be connected up this side, but this gubbins here goes through the wall, and he's put in one of the boxes, and the box will go on there fairly discreetly, but it can be covered over. That's all he's done. That he's also put a light and a sensor down in the boot room, which I've got to move because he's put it in the wrong place. But that's, my fault rather than his fault. But yeah, everything else now this can all be boarded, this can all be boxed in. I've got one bit of wall to do on that side because there's going to be electricity into the fireplace. but he's kind of done for us for the moment, which is brilliant, which means we can now crack on. Sorry, there's another bit in the kitchen area. There's cabling going in the kitchen area, and these 3 lights in the ceiling. I'm really like the idea of having suspended down lights, because I just think it'll look really nice there.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, so he doesn't need to do anything. Obviously, we'll probably have a little bit of cabling, but all these white connectors can be changed because I've got black connectors now. Thanks to Mr. Harris, I've got black connectors that I can use for cabling. Or I just put a little box area in there and you will never see it.
Cool.
Alright?
Thank you very much, my darling. Thank you for the update.
Thank you for the update. Oh, marvellous. Oh, absolutely marvellous.
Absolutely marvellous, my dear.
Marvellous. Oh, thank you so much for the update.
Okay, is there anything else that's gone on?
Is it alright for this work now?
You can do some work now, baby.
Thank
I'll
you
let
very
you.
much.
I need to go down and do some accounts.
Oh, God.
Exciting times! All done.
Is it?
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Oh, what, the board? No, the board's not all done.
Oh no.
We're all done.
We're all done.
And the board's not done. So, Montmagner has clawed one back this week.
It is, yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
There is an excuse for it though. We didn't have the insulation and we didn't have time to go and get the insulation.
No, so we had to go.
So that will have to wait till next week. So, as far as the board goes, it's Ted and Lisa 3, Montmagner 1. Oh, boo. Anyway, another week over. Next week we'll continue. What's on the list for next week, baby?
Boarding, taping and joining, tanking, all that kind of stuff.
Cool. So we need to start a new 4-week list.
Yep. And we need to go and get some more board.
Plasterboard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Plasterboard and insulation on the list. So, thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget, pop over to the Patreon page, have a look at all the behind the scenes that you could get. The Zoom chat, we've got Zoom chats
Like and
tomorrow.
subscribe, yeah. There's all the Zoom chats tomorrow. Fantastic. Really good fun. You
And we'll
know,
see you all
look forward
soon.
to that. See you later.
Bye.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.